I'm gonna teach you guys how to become a more efficient Cloak and Dagger player. Now, she's got the beauty to switch between DPS and support, but you really still want to prioritize support because at the end of the day, that is your role. I'm going to teach you guys how to use your moves, when to use your moves, how to play the map, how to position yourself better, and how to counter enemies and ults. If you guys do enjoy this video or learn something new, leave a like on it, subscribe today. But without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Now, it does take some practice. It does take some getting used to in order to understand exactly how to utilize her powers, because you have to be able to switch from defensive to offensive on the fly while keeping visual and everything going on. So she requires a lot of awareness because one, well, she's a support character, you have to have awareness, but two, on top of that, you need to be able to switch on the fly to DPS if you're needed to put some damage on the enemies. Also, one thing I want to point out, and we'll definitely talk about it more in the game if she does it or doesn't do it, is utilize her cloak to prevent ults on your team. Now, when you first come through this area, you always want to check. If you're on the attacking side, you always want to check for pinning mines. Too many times we watch teammates just run right out. Now, higher tier lobbies, diamond and above, you don't really get that. Everyone's pretty much together, but anybody, especially as a support player, I will always watch the door and I will take out the penny mines for sure. Also focus Moon Knight's moves too, because it can really do some damage to your squad. All right, right now we're putting some heals on our teammates. Now I know it's red, it's throwing everybody off. It's a spectating issue right now, but red is going to be our teammates. Blue is obviously the enemies. All right, so for the first point of reference, I want to point out two things. One, her and Mantis are both on the back line. They're keeping heals on their team. This is what you should do. A lot of times you'll watch supports go off if they're feeling themselves and they'll get a little aggro. I get aggro myself. I'm not against it. But when you have a choke point like this right here, you do not want to put yourself out of position because it's a straight line of sight from the enemies and you're going to get blown away. So at this point here, just providing health to our team. Hulk dives on us. Mantis is in a very bad position. Now, Mantis should put this bitch to sleep when a shield goes away, and I really hope she's on top of it with that. But because she is taking a lot of damage and she is our only support, and she is being focused, and notice how I said only support because we transformed. She needs heals. I want to go ahead and stay in heal form so I can heal my other support and also my tank because, again, he is super tunnel visioned. Also, on top of that, tanks, when they dive, normally their teammates will follow up. Our group's doing a good job at pushing them back, but I do believe the enemy team is playing way too passive, or their tank's playing way too aggressive. And I'm saying all this to say because if that team would have dove with the Hulk, we would all be dead. Mantis goes down, unfortunately. We're able to take out the Hulk. In my opinion, I don't believe it's worth to be 100%. I'd rather keep Mantis alive than some dumb tank that just wants to dive everybody. And I think we're going to see I think that's going to be a common thing for the Hulk. You know, you have really good Hulk players, but then if you kill a Hulk like that, you basically know that team is going to be down bad the rest of the game. I unfortunately got caught up in a reload, so we couldn't get the heal off, but I love the fact we're utilizing all of our abilities. This is a good time to start going on the offensive. Our entire team's healed. We outnumber the squad, at least right now. We have 5 players up, I would assume are still with us, and then they have 2 on us right now. Now, we do see that there are 2 enemies back here, but again, we're gonna go from his perspective. He doesn't see 2, so I don't mind him switching right here. Now, when these enemies do peek, I fully expect Hazmat to use Terror Cape to kind of blind this squad. That way we can either A, switch back, give us time to have our team fall back and get better equipped, or B, full dive them. Either way, you want to hit them with the cape. That way it blinds them a little bit more. All right, we're gonna thug it out right now. There we go. There's the transition back. And I'd rather that because the whole team's now here. Now, as far as this ult is concerned, I would have waited personally, but it's not a bad ult. It's because it's pretty much a fair fight, and I don't really consider this a good choke point. I feel like this is pretty easy to navigate through, and this corner right over here, it kind of gets choky, but then the next point's choky as well. We'll probably get our ult back by the next choke point, which is fine, which is why I'm not mad that he used this. But I do want you guys to notice if you're playing other roles, if you see your Cloak and Dagger full send their ult in, you need to take advantage of it. I'd personally wait for the enemies to stack a little bit better. I just want to go ahead and make sure that my team, one, full sends with my ult. You got to comm that. You have to have comms with that, even if you have to type it up. Or 2, at least be able to do enough damage to the enemies where you can actually get a kill yourself. Personally, again, I think it's a wasted ult, but I'm not mad at it. Kind of pushed us up a little bit, forced enemies back. So it applied pressure. I guess it could be worse. All right, so at this point, we are now in a situation where the enemy team, they're ulting us, and things are kind of about to take a turn for the worse. The reason why is, one, we kind of put ourselves in a spot we can't do the maximum healing because of the veil that comes up in 2 seconds. If we were to play back to the right down this walkway, we could just launch the veil and heal all 3 of our teammates at once. Now we kind of limit ourselves to healing these 2 guys, and if Jesus Loves You backs off, then we can only heal 1. I want to go ahead and get better line of sight on my teammates to be able to heal. Now, I do understand we saw this guy up here, but again, it's the Hulk. So he can't put fire on us down this pathway like a Hela could, like a Soldier 76 could, like a Hawkeye. Anybody who has range on you, of course, I don't mind you dipping off, but this right here is not that good. Not to mention they do have Lee Sin. So you League of Legends players, you get it. So we kind of put ourselves in a position where we can get flanked, and I don't really like that. And we also blind our line of sight from the right-hand side, so now we can't heal Squirrel Girl either. And, oh, good getaway.
That's a bad job, thanks.
So again, just to recap this fight real quick, because we just got pushed all the way back to our spawn. You want, as a support, to try your best to keep our teammates in front of us. If we start getting pushed back, you need to instantly fall back behind your teammates, because you will get caught out. You'll have your back to the squad. And I just wanted to rewind one more time to show you guys what position we ended up getting put in, because now the Hulk jumps up. All 4 of our teammates are now to our backside, technically like our spawn side, and all the enemies are behind us. So we are in a spot now, technically, we could get absolutely obliterated. Right here, we should be getting hit hard. It is a 3v4 situation, and we are essentially pinched between this enemy and the guys behind us. Again, if I was Hazmat, I would have played back this entire time. I would have never put myself in that cubby, and I would have just kind of been back here. Also right here, guys, and this is something he's probably gonna struggle with a lot. You want to utilize your right click. You want to, especially in times like this. Just if you have the move available, make sure you're using it. No doubt about it. Like, we're trying to put heals on our teammate, but unfortunately we have the wall right here. We're missing a lot because of it. We've got Squirrel Girl back here just getting absolutely bullied, and so is he. Shoot the veil and shoot your right click, and we're good to go. It's not going to do massive amounts of heal, but it's still better than the little we're doing now. Because with our left click, we're just healing 1 person at a time instead of actually veil, orb, and then you can start clicking. You know what I mean? Mantis should have been doing the exact same thing as well. On top of that too, I don't know if Mantis is actually getting boost off. I'll do a follow-up video on this for Mantis's role. Because if you have a Mantis player, there really should be not much of a reason why you guys are getting pushed back so damn far, especially when they didn't apply that much pressure. I do like the enemy team just kind of fell back. The last thing you want to do as a squad that's pushed back successfully is sit there and hold up, because then you allow for flanks and things just get nasty real fast. All right, hitting then there's a little blind real quick with the cape. Getting some damage off. Again, not needed for heals right now, so I don't mind this at all. Now, you want to be checking behind you again. They don't have much range. We got lucky. Now, they have the Punisher, but that's really it. That's all they have for range characters. This is really not a good team count for them. That's unfortunate. Dude, if they would have held on for... Did they have their cape available, right? If they would have held on, instantly cape out, and you're good to go. That's just bad timing. Unfortunate timing. I think he went to switch right when he hit the ult. Just unfortunate. All right, so here you are with the regain. Now, when you have a regain situation, this isn't really a cloak and dagger tip, but if your team is coming back and your health is low and you guys are outnumbered, which you clearly are, you need to fall back. The last thing you guys want to do is keep feeding the enemies, because by the time we almost get to you, then you die, and now we're vulnerable and by ourselves. So try your best to make your way back to your healers. If your healers are dead and you're down bad, make your way back to the healers, regroup, and go in again. Otherwise, it could take us twice as long to actually push this point. Yeah, I was about to say, definitely stay in heal form. That way you can, oh, that beat the shit out of us. I definitely want to stay in heal form and get the heals off on Penny as fast as possible, and then maybe switch back to Cloak, but can't really expect them to jump on you like that. Our DPS needs to do a better job at controlling their DPS, and again, it's really not going to happen with Squirrel Girl. She's not good at controlling him at all. Hela, on the other hand, dude, if she has the flicking ability, which if you're playing Hela main and rank, you need to be able to flick on your targets, you should be watching out for your supports. Remember, you're not going to win games. You're not going to get your heals if that's right, if your supports are dead. There we go. We all set it together. Again, keep the enemies. Try to keep the enemies in front of you. The moment that Cloak We saw him in our peripheral. The moment we saw him peek right here, instantly fall back. Again, just get everyone in front of you. The last thing you want is this situation. He come up behind you and absolutely clap you, which he ends up almost successfully accomplishing. But to be fair, and this, I'm not sure what rank this is at the time of the recording. I'll definitely find out for the thumbnail. But I would definitely say this is probably silver or gold. Maybe even plat, maybe. The team's not really working together. And I know a lot of people don't utilize their mics, and that's fine. But you should have an understanding of this game before diving into the comp, to where you kind of know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to work alongside your squad. All right, good job pushing these guys back. It's a 6v6 situation right now. We gotta maintain heals on our squad mates. Good stuff, getting the damage off. I love the transition right there, and just because we were able to transition on the fly, and that's what makes Cloak and Dagger so damn powerful. She instantly switches. She goes and blinds these poor mother, and then absolutely obliterated. Now the blind may not have actually been any impactful at all, but it looked good, and that's also exactly how you're supposed to play it. So same situation for the Hulk that I said earlier. If your team gets wiped, if you're down bad, if you're missing your support, you know, you want to go ahead and switch back. I'm not sure where their Cloak and Dagger is. Good job. And that's another thing that makes Cloak so damn powerful. Mantis getting heals on us fast. Love that. Now again, Hela is our only counter to the Ninja Boy. She's got to be on point. Another situation. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Now, as far as Cloak and Dagger, now what do you do in situations where he ults as Cloak and Dagger? There's not much you can do. Now, if you're in Cloak form, you go ahead and hit him with Shadow's Embrace and you're good to go. You kind of just cloak your team. You all survive, la-di-da. But if you're already in heal form, dude, there's nothing you can do. All right, luckily we spawn right here, so we can regain fast. But let's just play in here and wait for our tanks to come back, which is right now, and we're good to go. Now you have to wait for your tanks to get out there and apply some pressure. I like the fact we're checking behind us, because that's that's a good bet. Now, as far as him ulting, personally, it's monumental waste. You're gonna ult just for us to spawn back in a matter of 9 seconds right there. I'd save my ult until we pushed up, then you can utilize it and apply some actual pressure and create distance between our spawns. But that's just me. You're able to get a few kills from it, but I don't know. I like to use my ults in more crucial times than just that. This is a situation I want to see that orb being launched a little bit, especially if you're going to be switching to Cloak. You want to go ahead and just place that down to help your teammates. Notice the enemy has theirs up right now as well, doing exactly what I'm saying. If you have this orb and a teammate's in it and you're hitting with heals, it's going to heal them faster. It's just logical. Now, I do like that we ulted right here. I'm definitely not against it. This provides us with the ability to provide pressure, pushing us out of this choke point. Now, our team, unfortunately, is all focused on one dude, and I get it. But again, this needs to be timed, or they need to be paying attention and diving in with each other. All right, there's the orb. That's what I'm talking about. And even though the timer and the countdown still got, I think, 14, 15 seconds, still you want to be utilizing this as much as possible. Don't let it sit in inventory for minutes and minutes and minutes and not even using it. It's just a waste. All right, that was a great job switching to Cloak to survive. Another beautiful thing. She doesn't have much of a getaway, but that's definitely worth it. All right, this is where I would throw down the orb right here too. They just Hulk smashed us. We just Hulk smashed them. I mean, everyone's in the middle of the fight. I'd throw an orb on this fucking fight, man. All right, there's the orb. Good shit. Getting heals back on our teammates, trying to at least, again, Lee Sin focusing us. Hela's actually trying to step in and help out. Good job on the sleep for Mantis. I don't like this one bit. Oh! Never mind, Hela is still there providing damage, helping us out. I thought he was gonna go into 1v1. And yeah, that's unfortunate, bro. Except it wasn't, because there's no teammates near him. That was a waste. Monumental waste. You want to save your ults for team fights 90% of the time, dude. If your team is falling back, your team is dead. You keep, yeah, I was about to say, keep people behind us, dude. Lee Sin's been jumping on us like a mother. Another beautiful utilization. This is a really good choke point. This is a strong choke point. So again, this is exactly what I wanted to see at this position. using the orb, using their ult, getting damage, trying to help out their teammates. I would be popping the hills off on your boy. Luckily, Mantis is there, but still, that is dangerous. So again, I would stay in heal form and just keep applying pressure if you need to, but you have DPS, Mantis, basically DPS, and then us, right? And Hulk. So you've got 4 people that can do massive amount of damage while we can focus up on getting the heals off, because it got real. What? Okay, she died, bro. I don't know. It's like Jesus came back from the dead. That is wild. That is wild, dude. And then she ended up dying anyway. That's unfortunate. Again, providing heals, because again, we are support players. Kills are awesome, I know. And I've thrown fights for my fair share of kills, but learn from my mistakes, dudes. Focus on support before you go stupid aggro. And I'm saying all that to say, like, don't think you can't go aggro, but different situations dictate different strategies and play styles. And the blue names being enemies are still throwing me off. Look at Hulk beating the drum. What the hell's wrong with you? Lock it in. Now look, this is a tip. I'm making a short on this literally today. If your teammate has a Mantis Ghost, do not run past your teammate. The Mantis Ghost has 100 HP, so you can actually shoot and damage the Mantis Ghost. So make sure if someone is Mantis, you beat the crap out of her and wake your teammate up. All right, good job with the orb again. Now, we didn't utilize the orb as much as I wanted to see in the first half of the game, but definitely utilizing it a lot more now, especially these choke points. Now, look, again, positioning is going to be key. This is a spot I don't want to be in because you have line of sight from this direction, from our right side. They have the 2 elevations with the top part on the right side too. I just don't want to be here, and I wouldn't be here. I would be further back behind the teammates.
The moon haunts you.
And look, I know there are walls placed up. We're just doing a good job providing cover, but these are habits you want to practice. Try to stop putting yourself in a position to where you can get shot from multiple angles, especially if the enemy team actually had damage, right? So it's just not a spot I'd want to be in. All right, good job applying. Again, don't forget the veils too, man. You got the veil you can be launching to help heal our teammates. Don't sit on these things. Even don't let the 15-second, 10-second cooldowns finesse you guys into not using them. If your team is half health in a mass, you want to go ahead and just launch everything you have and just regain that, recharge that. Another choke point, just utilizing the ults beautifully, honestly. I got nothing against them. And again, watch that timer too, because the moment that timer comes back up, I'm launching another shield down. All right, on to the defensive side. Again, just holding our position. I really am not a fan as a support player getting up top and doing anything. I think we put ourselves too vulnerable. Initially, I'm not against it, just apply pressure, but instantly jump down. I like that he did that because you can't really see anybody who needs healing. Now, again, different healers, different characters. Talking about Loki, talking about anything else that's different, but playing specifically Cloak, Mantis, Luna, try to stay away from your high ground spots. Also, utilize ping. Now, I don't know if he's playing with homies. I don't know if these are randoms or not, but regardless, I try to make it a habit. If there's an enemy that's put themselves between me and my team, aka flanking, I want to go ahead and ping him out so that they can either adapt, understand what's going on, help out, or at least prepare to have their supports die. It's hard to stay focused on everything. There's so much going on, but you got to make it habit when you hear that to look around, because the moment you stand in that and he just spams you, you're going to get melted. Things like that aren't specific to any role. It's just a team effort, and you really got to lock in as a squad, especially if you see a Moon Knight, especially if it's a good Moon Knight. But regardless, take those things out, dude. Same thing with penny mines, and the list goes on. You guys know exactly what moves I'm talking about. All right, getting back in, nice veil off. Again, I would be utilizing everything perfect. Got the right click on as well. Applying some damage while we can. It's not her responsibility. Her damage is actually hella weak. Even in cloak form, it's not the best. It's good, but it's not the best. But once your team's healed, I'm not against going in and doing a little bit more DPS. This, no, run, bitch! So again, once we hear the moon haunts you, fall back or switch roles. We can't cloak. right? We have nothing. It's not available. So we can't sit there and protect our teammates. We've got to try our best to, again, go into heal mode, get heals off, and shoot this damn thing to our right-hand side. Hell is about to get clapped by it. We're about to get clapped by it. And we've now died to this thing twice with nobody doing damage to it at all except for Groot finally doing something, saving Hella's ass. And again, it's not really Hazmat's fault. He's died to that twice. Those things are, you got to be fast with it. It's even if you're the quickest reactor, even if you know it's there, if a Moon Knight hits you with the accurately and instantly starts unleashing damage, you're going to die. But again, we've been in that thing for too long for our DPS that are next to us not to help out. I understand if our DPS is occupied in the middle of a fight, they just can't. But I understand as a DPS, if you're in the middle of a fight, you want to win the fight. I get it, but it takes 2 seconds, just especially as a Hella. Flick, hit, it's done, and then I can go back, because without a healer, without a support character, you're going to lose the fight most likely anyway. Again, you want to try to keep your teammates in front of you. That way you can heal whoever. Hella's actually kind of staying a little bit further back than I'd like her to, which kind of puts us in a weird spot because you don't want to be too far back. But Hella's kind of forced us to be too far back. Another great ult at a great checkpoint. Oh! This is a bronze lobby. This Hazmat's a bronze player. That's... I love you, Hazmat. Sorry, brother, but damn, that sucks. You have a support dead. You have to play the fight differently. You can't just go in balls to the wall. He needs to keep backing up. We'll be able to heal him, and our teammates are backing up as well. Now, Groot's kind of just thugging through it. He needs to start backing up. I'm not saying just turn your back to enemies and run, but back up towards your team. That way they can help you get heals. Again, I want to use the right click. I want to use the veil. I want to use everything in my power because we need to do mass heals as fast as humanly possible. Good job. Also, another reason why I think it's so important, and I'll make a more in-depth video on this, why it's so important that people play every role and master every role before jumping to rank, is to understand what the roles you're playing with can do, right? We have watched now Hazmat utilize right click on his teammates and then just step right out of it. It's almost like they think it's an attack. So like if you see these things pop up, you need to know what they do. That way you can benefit from it. If you're running from it, you're not really, you don't have any reason to sit there and bitch about not getting healed. You're just being an idiot. You've got Moon Knight right here trying to attack. So I want to stay in heal mode just for that reason, because look, right? So we're going to go ahead and knock this out, and I like that. But because we know that he's trying to get the kill off, we know that their team's over here, and we have 4 of us right here. Of course they're going to push. Punisher's in a very vulnerable state. Now, he will get wiped. He will die most likely. With 2 healers spam healing him, he's still probably going to die. He's very squishy. But I want to try my best to keep him alive as much as possible. Again, utilizing right click, utilizing veil, and just emitting heals as fast as possible. I am curious why she didn't put this bitch to sleep. I'm going to be honest. She just allowed your boy to walk all over him. Maybe she doesn't have it. We can find out right now if she has it or not. Hold up. So she does have her sleep. I'm not sure why. As a Mantis main myself, I'm not sure why she's not putting him to sleep. I just think it's unnecessary loss. I don't put that on Hazmat. I really put that on Mantis more than anything. But regardless, Hazmat, I probably would have stayed in heal form. Now, overall, and I'm critiquing a lot, but overall, I mean, they're doing extremely well. You've got Hazmat rocking 34 assists, Mantis with 34 assists, 21 kills, 17 kills, and 23,000 damage each. So they're doing really well. I just think a lot of these deaths on our teammates and our own parts just are unnecessary that we could avoid. When it comes to Hulk players, I don't know why they think they're invincible. Don't be like that, Hulk. All right, again, just utilizing the ult on the point. So what does the ult do? I haven't talked about it in all this video. I'm assuming everybody knows, and obviously they don't because we're watching it in real time. Our teammates not knowing. It lays down all this gunk that damages enemies and heals our team. No, I think we're getting a little too pushing, to be fair, personally. Again, Hulk's not a bad hero at all. He's definitely not on my top tier list, but you can play Hulk really well, dude. You know what I'm talking about. He's a good hero. You just watch a lot of people playing rank that don't have an understanding of rank. Now, as far as him, and I'm giving tips kind of for every character we see because it's just nice that way. But when you're playing as Doctor Strange, and this is something we haven't seen from him at all this game, he's ulted us now 4 times, I believe. This is the first time he actually focused us. If you're Doctor Strange and you ultimate, you need to instantly attack the nearest support character and just fuck them up, right? The object of the game is to make sure the supports are dead so that your team can wipe the rest of the squad. I have played way too many pubs warming up or getting footage or practicing new characters and watch teams just allow supports to sit in the back lines. I mean, for example, when your boy was Lee Sin, he only dove us twice. Should have dove us way more than that. I mean, even now, Hela should be performing she should be way more aggressive to the support characters, making sure that we can't provide heals to our team. This poor Hulk, dude, he is down bad. Back up, bitch. This is every Jeff player. I love Jeff. I play with. He's a fun character in pubs. He's fun to mess around with, dude. But look at this. This is every fucking Jeff character in the game. Why would you do this? Just look. This poor bitch. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spit my team right in the enemy spawn. That way they can kill him. What a elite play, dude. What is Jeff doing right now? 8,000 healing. He is a DPS character right now. He's got 18,000 damage. He has more damage and kills than his actual DPS. And look, as a support player, you're gonna have to switch your role. You know, if you're playing support, play support. If I was in Turtle's position, bro, I would instantly switch off of your boy Jeff and go Mantis. Why? Because she provides so much damage. She is essentially a DPS character, the most versatile character in the game, in my opinion. And I just don't understand why he would commit to this. If you realize that your Hela's not doing as much, she's got 11 kills and you're lacking on DPS, I understand you going more DPS. But if he was playing Mantis, he would not only have probably 15 to 20,000 healing, but he would have more damage and more kills and more assists. And with the buffs, his teammates in turn would have more assists. So I wanted to stop this right here and talk about that because this is, again, the importance of playing multiple characters. And Jeff's not the best healer in the world either. I mean, realistically, even if your team was winning and you're doing good, like, Jeff's heals aren't going to be that high, but that's still hella low even for a Jeff. All right, unfortunately, we lost the point. I also would utilize the ability to switch a lot more than we are. I'm not saying to full send DPS, but you know, once we get the heal off and we're sitting here in this position, even with your boy, I would pick this right corner and cloak form, and I would just send the blinding off just to kind of like make them hold off, second guess their move, slow them down a little bit. But as far as this fight and this whole game, it's really not been communicated well through their team comp, through the enemy's team comp, or communication. I mean, dude, the Hulk is just full sending us and their DPS is just sitting back. And this is just not a good comp for the Hulk, in my opinion, dude, because no one's coming with you. All right, love the wall, love the switch with Cloak too. We need to go ahead and swap back and start providing heals to our team. We need to get heals off on our team real quick. Use the orb, utilize the veil. That is just unfortunate. All right, I'm not mad at this either. We're down bad. Our heals aren't doing enough. Our team's dying hella fast, and so is Hela. We got to utilize that to heal our team. I don't know why we're not sitting in this, abusing the fuck out of our ult. Now we need to back up. Yep. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. Get your team in front of you so you can provide heals. Behind you. I want to watch these things just get drained. Right now, obviously not, because no one's that damaged, but right now, launch the orb, get everybody healed. That way, any kind of damage, again, we're just getting heals off, because right now we could be rebuilding this. Watch how fast 10 seconds goes, or 14 seconds goes. Get that heal off. We're getting flanked. Nice fucking portal from Strange, putting himself behind us. Our teammates need to be healed. They're down bad, allowing too much push from the enemies. Look how far back we are and compared to where this is at. There's no reason for our teammates getting pushed back this much, except for the fact that these guys are probably hurting. These guys are hurting. Almost half health. We've got to provide healing for them. Healing needs to be our priority no matter what. I'm not against damage by any stretch of imagination, but again, we're getting too aggroed. I love Strange, I do, But every second our team stays behind us because they're waiting on heals allows them to push this up even more. On top of that too, if our team was healed, they probably would have killed Strange anyway. Mantis is down bad. Tank's still down bad. Notice how their Cloak and Dagger orbed the actual point. What I sent in that last push. All right, I'm not against this at all. Switch and get some damage up, but now that he's hulking out, we got to back ourselves up, which we're doing. Throw the orb out. Good shit. And again, the team just understanding what the orb does would help this fight go so much better. Good job nonetheless. Hazmat doing everything he can to get this fight won. Switch and trying to get Holt taken care of. Switch back, get the heals off. Again, good job with the orb. We're getting in flow state as far as she's concerned. She's doing a good job trying to heal Hella. All right, good stop. 48 seconds. We have ult. I fully expect us to use it if that team happens to push point. Back the fuck up. Back, run. That's just bad timing. In this situation, you want to utilize that the moment you see the shit pop up, right? Before he swallows us whole. Use it a little too early. Right here is when I would use it. The moment that this pops up, before anyone gets sucked off, pop it up, save your teammates. Time just a little bit. Hey, I'll kill them with good shit. Yeah, I fully expect that. We got pushed off of it. Good job providing heals and massive damage to the enemies. Able to switch to our damage. I'm not mad at this at all. Remember, you have this. When you ult, you don't have to go in heal mode. If your team's standing on it, they're getting healed anyway. Go ahead and provide pressure. Good stuff. They might actually win. This is such a good hold. Good job launching the orb. Good shit. Watch for the ult. Watch the ult. Again, just situational awareness. The key to this is seeing this bitch coming at us. He's not going to be diving on us for no reason. He's gliding at us like he's Mary Poppins, dude. Switch to Cloak. Try your best to save everybody. If you can't, run for your life. This was the game changer last time that lost them the game. We are now dead. I expect Mantis. Yeah, Mantis is dead too. And unfortunately, what looked to be a certain victory just got instantly turned. Wow. With your boy acing the team. Beautiful. First half gameplay, I give you C. Second half a B+. You did really good healing. I don't think you lost because of healing. You and Mantis both did a good job. You got a shit ton. You carried your weight, no doubt about it. Was there anything super game changing? No. Unfortunately, you weren't able to block any ults. You got caught up by 3 strange ults. Just a couple things to work on when it comes to managing ults, because Cloak's ability to manage that is pretty impactful. The only thing I would actually just recommend you work on is just utilizing, keep your eye on the timer and utilizing your moves as much as possible. Also, if you want to have your gameplay broken down here on the channel, go ahead and send me your replay ID code through Twitter, Discord, whatever, and I'll give you guys as much tips and tricks as possible. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.